So welcome to our today's lecture. The topic is Moore and Millet missions. This is the last topic in our first unit. Then coming to agenda, here we are going to discuss about what is Moore mission, then what is Millet mission. Then we have the equivalents of Moore and Millet missions. That means conversion of Moore mission to Millet mission, then Millet mission to Moore mission. So in this is nothing but the concept of finite automata only, but here these are all based on output of finite automaton. So till now, whatever the types of finite automaton we discussed, there you can observe we didn't talk about output. Simply what we discussed, any automaton, what is its model, definition, acceptance of strings and languages, their extended delta definition, then their representation using transition table and diagram. But you can recall once the model or block diagram of any finite automaton, we have the output component also. Every automaton, the output is either any one of the following two values, either accept or not accept, or binary values, yes or no. So now this concept deals with the finite automata with output. So one limitation of the finite automaton, as we have defined, it is that its output is limited to a binary signal, that is either accept or don't accept, that means 1 or 0. Models in which the output is chosen from some other alphabet have been considered. So there are two distinct approaches. The output may be associated with the state, which is called as Moore mission, or the output is associated with the transition called Millet mission. So these two missions which are used to denote the finite automata with output. So here you can remember the differences between Moore and Millet mission. Moore mission, the output is associated with the state, not with the transition. Whereas Millet mission, the outputs are associated with the transition. That means for every transition, there is its associated output. Whereas Moore mission, irrespective of transitions, for every state, it has a common output. That is the difference between Moore and Millet mission. Now we will see one by one. Like finite automaton, here also we have the formal or mathematical definitions of Moore and Millet mission. So a Moore mission is defined as a 6-tuple denoted by capital M equal to Q sigma delta. This is again our original delta lambda Q naught. So here you can observe this is one new tuple. Then this lambda is also new tuple. So remaining you can observe Q is same as finite automata, sigma is same as finite automata, delta is same as finite automata, Q naught is same as finite automata, but your final state is not included. So while defining output of any automaton, here final state is not required. So now here one more new tuple is added, that is delta, but the pronunciation is same as our delta transition function, but its meaning is different, which is denoted by the triangle symbol. Then another tuple is lambda. Now we will see these two new tuples along with the old tuples. So here you can see Q stands for, as usual, same as finite automata, finite non-empty set of states or internal states, whereas sigma is input alphabet, Q naught is initial or start state, where Q naught is belongs to Q. In any automaton, initial or start state is only one. Now the new tuple is, that is delta. Now this delta is called as output alphabet, like sigma. Sigma is input alphabet. Now the Moore and Millet missions consisting of output components also. So that output alphabet is denoted by the symbol delta, but denoted by a triangle. So now here delta is nothing but output alphabet. Then coming to our another new tuple lambda. So here lambda is nothing but output function associated with the output alphabet. Like we have transition function similar to that. For output also we have one function that is denoted by lambda. Don't confuse, this lambda is not empty or null. So in automaton, while transitions we will use epsilon or lambda. Don't confuse for that. In the tuple definition here, lambda only we will use. We can't use epsilon here. Lambda is nothing but output function. So which is mapped from Q to delta. So here delta is output alphabet. So the output function is mapping from Q to output alphabet, that is delta, giving the output associated with each state. Then the output of M in response to input. For example, A1, A2 and so on, AN is the input sequence where n greater than or equal to 0. Then the output of the corresponding states, you can see lambda of Q0, lambda of Q1 and so on, lambda of Qn. This is nothing but output of state Q0. Then lambda of Q1 is nothing but output of Q1 and so on. Lambda of Qn is nothing but output of Qn state, where Q0, Q1 and so on, Qn are the sequence of states such that, see the transition. So delta of Qi minus 1 comma Ai equal to Qi for I in between 1 to n. This is the transition function. So where Qi minus 1 and Qi, based on the I values, you can take starting with 1. So then Q0 A1 equal to, so Q1. So like that. Now any Moore mission gives output lambda of Q0, so which is in response to input that is epsilon null. So the DFA may be viewed as a special case of Moore mission, where the output alphabet is 0, 1 and state Q is accepting if and only if. So output of Q1 equal to 1. So this is one example. So here the Moore mission can be treated as a special case of DFA by considering the output alphabet binary values 0, 1. So now let us see one example of Moore mission. Suppose we wish to determine the residue mod 3 operation for each binary string treated as binary integer. To begin, observe that if I written in binary is followed by a 0, the resulting string has value 2i, and if I binary is followed by 1, then the resulting string has the value 2i plus 1. If the remainder of I by 3 is p, then the remainder of 2i by 3 is 2p mod 3. Suppose if p equal to 0, 1, 2, then you can see that 2p mod 3 is 0, 2 or 1 respectively. Similarly, the remainder of 2i plus 1 divided by 3 is 1, 0, 2 respectively in the same order. So this is the operation of residue modulo operation. Just one example. Here don't bother about the example. Here you can see how the Moore mission is constructed for this by showing the common outputs. So here you can see we have the states Q0, Q1, Q2. Then we have the transitions with combination of 0, 1. So here the inputs are 0, 1. And here you can observe for each and every state on top, a numeric value is labeled with red color. Here you can see for state Q0, this is 0. For state Q1, here 1 is represented. For state Q2, 2 is represented. So here these are all nothing but outputs of that state. So these are all nothing but outputs of that state. So here what we mentioned in the Moore mission. So Moore mission, the outputs are associated with state. For Q0 state, output is 0. For Q1 state, output is 1. For Q2 state, output is 2. So some representations, these outputs also represented within the circle separated by slash. So Q0 by 0, Q1 by 1, then Q2 by 2. Any one representation we will use. So these are all the outputs. Now remaining as usual with the 0, 1 combination, these are all the transitions. A Moore mission calculating residue. So now you can start with initial state. then all the possibilities you can take for every input, it is going to a particular state or going to same state itself. So then based on the movement of the states, what are the associated outputs? So based on those outputs, so you can find the residue mod 3 operation depending on the input sequences. Now let us see an example here. So therefore, to design a Moore mission with the three states, we used Q0, Q1, Q2. So where Qj is entered if and only if the input seen so far has residue j. We define output of Qj, that is the lambda of Qj equal to j. Here you can observe the state Q suffix j, whatever the j value, output is also same. Then for j equal to 0, 1 and 2. Why you have taken 0, 1 and 2? Here the outputs are 0, 1, 2 combination only. So in the above figure, we show the transition diagram where outputs label the states. The transition function delta is designated to reflect the rules regarding calculation of the residues described above by using the transitions. Now let us consider the input sequence. Let us assume 1010. The sequence of states entered is, now you can see with these input combinations, what are the associated states? First you can see we will start with Q0, therefore the sequence is Q0. The first input is 0. So Q0 on input 1, it is going to Q1. So the next state sequence is Q1. So now from Q1, what is your next input? That is 0. So Q1 on input 0, it is going to Q2. So the next state in the sequence is Q2. So then from Q2 is your current state. From Q2, what is your next input? That is 1. So Q2 on input 1, it is going to Q2 itself, that is loop. Now you are at Q2 itself. What is your next input? That is 0. So Q2 on input 0, see it is going to, on 0 it is going to Q1. So the next state in the sequence is Q1. So for the input string 1010, the sequence of state entered is Q0, Q1, Q2, Q2, Q1. So this is same as in NFA, we discussed moves made by NFA or proliferation of moves made by NFA. So what we discussed, similar concept. By using that, here you can find out what are the state sequences associated with the input string. Now, same with this, the output sequence also generated here. So here, whatever the states included in the sequence, then their outputs. Then what is first state here? Q0. So Q0 output is 0. Here you can see on the top of state. Then Q1 state. Q1 output is 1. Then next state is Q2. Q2 output is 2. Next state is again Q2. Q2 output is 2. Next state is Q1. Q1 output is 1. Now see, this is nothing but output sequence. So corresponding to the state sequences. So now you can see 0, 1, 2, 2, 1. See here 0, 1, 2, 2, 1. This is the output sequence. So based on the input sequence, we will write the states entered in that sequence. And then based on the state sequence, we will find the output sequence. So that is, here you can observe epsilon, that is null, which has the value 0, the first one has residue 0, then 1 has the residue 1, 2 in decimal has the residue 2, then 5 has the residue 2, and 10 has the residue 1. So once you will obtain, after obtaining the output sequence based on the input string and the states entered in that sequence, automatically the residue values are calculated using the formula mentioned. So this is the example of Moore mission. Here the only thing you need to observe in the Moore mission, for every state, common output is there irrespective of any transitions. So that is the Moore mission. So then coming to the second alternative mission, Mealy mission. So here Mealy mission consisting of different outputs. That means for every transition, so it contains the associated output. The definition is same, but only here the output function definition is changed. So a Mealy mission is also a 6 tuple denoted by M equal to Q sigma output alphabet delta, then transition function delta, then output function lambda, then initial state Q0, where Q is set of states or internal states, then sigma is input alphabet, Q0 is initial or start state, where Q0 belongs to Q, Then every automaton, it has only one initial or start state. Then lambda is output alphabet. Now the mapping of output alphabet is differ here. So here the output function lambda is mapping from q cross sigma to output alphabet lambda. So whereas in Moore mission, q to output alphabet only, but here it takes the current state and current input symbol also. Then it gives what is the output alphabet. This is nothing but lambda of q comma a. So output of a state q on input a gives the output associated with the transition from state q on input a. Whereas in Moore mission, we have the output function mapping from q to output alphabet lambda. Then that is nothing but lambda of q, only state only. Why? Because in Moore mission we have common output, whereas Mealy mission we have different output. That's why for every state on every input it has associated outputs. So that is the Mealy mission. So here also the output of m in response to input a1, a2 and so on an. Then the output function lambda of q0 comma a1 and lambda of q1 comma a2 and so on lambda of qn minus 1 comma an, where q0 q1 and so on qn is the sequence of states such that delta of qi minus 1 comma ai equal to qi for I in between 1 to n. So here observe one note that the sequence has the length n rather than n plus 1 as for the Moore mission. So in Mealy mission, the length of the sequence is n, whereas Moore mission, the length of the sequence is n plus 1. So on input epsilon, a Mealy mission gives output also epsilon, that is null. Now let us see example of Mealy mission here. This is another example, not residue mod 3. So even if the output alphabet has only two symbols, the Mealy mission model can save states when compared with a finite automaton. Consider the long ways, that is 0 plus 1 whole closure, 0 0 plus 1 1. This is one long ways. So of all strings zeros and ones whose last two symbols are the same. So in this language, whatever the strings you can generate, so the last two symbols are same. This is the nature of the language. Now the Mealy mission m equal to q0 p0 p1, this is q. Then 0 comma 1, that is sigma input alphabet. Then y comma n, this is output alphabet lambda. Then this is transition function, this is lambda is output function. Then q0 is initial state. Now the Mealy mission is shown in the following figure. So here you can observe the difference between previous Moore mission and Mealy mission you can observe now. So here you can see previously in Moore mission for every state we have output labeled on top of the state or inside the circle output is denoted separated by slash. But here you can see for every transition, so here separated by slash the outputs are denoted by. Now for example here you can see q0 on 0, so then it is going to p0, that is a normal transition, slash n, so this n is nothing but output. So red color representations are outputs, then black color representations are input. A by B or A slash B, A is input, then B is output. Now here 0 is input. So now from state q0 it is going to p0, then its output is n. Then from state q0 on input 1 it is going to p1, then output of q0 state on input 1 is n. Then from state p0 on input 0 it is going to p0 itself, then p0 output on input 0 is y. Then similarly p0 on input 1 it is going to p1, then p0 output on input 1 is n. Similarly p1 state on input 0 it is going to p0, then its output is n. Then p1 state on input 1 it is going to p1 itself, its output is y. Here you can see 0 by n, nothing but 0 is input and n is output. So that is the difference between Moore and Mealy mission. In Moore mission, common output irrespective of any transitions, whereas in Mealy mission, for every state on every input, it has associated output. So this is the example of Mealy mission. So now here also you can see, you can write the sequences based on the input and state sequences, you can write output sequences. So here we use the label A by B, just now we already mentioned, on arc or edge from state P to Q indicate that so delta of P comma A equal to Q, that is this is transition. from state P on input A. So its next state is Q. And also the output is defined by lambda, output function, lambda of the same state P on the same input. What is its output? B. That is why, because we mentioned A by B. In the arc slash B, that is nothing but output. For example, the response of M2 input. So let us take the input 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Now see the output sequence. See, as usual, you can start with initial state. So first input is 0, Q0 on 0. So your state is Q0. So the input is 0, then it is going to P0 state. Now your current state is P0, then your current input is 1. P0 on 1, it is going to P1. So now your current state is P1, now your current input is 1. P1 on 1, again it is going to P1 itself. Now your current state is P1, then your current input is 0 now. P1 on 0, P1 on 0, it is going to P0. Now your current state is P0, again next input is 0. Then P0 on 0, again it is going to P0 itself. Now you can see the output sequences. See, like Moore mission, directly we can't write here. Based on the input, you can write down. So the first input is from Q0 on 0. So Q0 on 0, its output is N. So here, that can be written here. Then your next state is P0. P0 on input 1. So P0 on input 1, its output is N. So now your current state is P1, your next input is 1. So P1 on 1, it is going to P1 itself, its output is 1. So here that can be written here. So now you are at P1 only, P1 on 0. So P1 on 0, it is going to P0, then output is N. So that N is written here. Now you are at P0, then your output is 0. P0 on 0, it is going to P0, then its output is Y. So that is written here. So like that, we can write the associated output sequence based on the inputs along with the state sequences. So here one note you have to remember how P0 remembers a 0 and P1 remembers a 1. So state Q0 is initial and remembers that no input has yet been received.